When I was starting out as an investor, I was looking at so many different types of investment strategies. And to be honest with you, it was completely spinning me out and making me feel completely overwhelmed and actually stopped me taking action towards my dreams and financial freedom sooner. Which is why in this video, I wanted to share one of my favorite investment strategies that we've helped hundreds of clients execute that you can use not just to create a life filled with choices, but freedom in your future. Now, this strategy is all about buying the highest quality property you can afford in Australia's best markets. Now, let's say we go out there and buy a house that is low maintenance and tenant ready on a nice big 500 to 800 square meter block of land for $600,000. And that property rents for $500 per week over 51 weeks of the year because the vacancy rate in the market that we're choosing is low and has a long-term history of staying below 2%, which means it's chronically undersupplied from a rental perspective. So based on that example, we're going to end up with around $25,000 worth of rental income today. Now, if we held that 600K property and it went up by an average of 5% a year, in 15 years' time, you're going to be sitting on over $1.2 million worth of property. And in 30 years' time, you're going to be sitting at over $2.4 million worth of property. Now, if we look at the same thing for rents, in 15 years' time, if the rent goes up by an average of 2.5% per year, we're going to be sitting on over $36,000 a year of rent. And in 30 years' time from the one property, we're going to be sitting at over $53,000 a year of rent. Now, this simple bread and butter strategy of buying high quality assets in Australia's best markets in the better quality suburbs, either close to the city or close to the beach, in nice quiet streets with good schools, good infrastructure and great demographics is being overlooked by an entire generation of investors. I believe with so many investors looking to get rich quick and chasing short-term cash flow, developments, renovation, flips, and all the sexy stuff that we see all over the internet and all over TV, the average mum and dad or people like myself are missing the opportunity to set themselves up for wealth creation and a great passive income stream in a relatively short period of time. Now, obviously, some of you guys would be stoked to hit retirement after selling that property with a couple of $1 million cash in the bank. But for many more of us, we want to go much further than one property. So for those of you that want to go bigger and further on your choices and wealth creation journey, imagine buying 3 houses for $600K each, meaning that today they would be worth $1.8 million. Now, if all you did was hold those 3 properties for the next 15 years, you'd be sitting on $3.6 million based on an average annual gain of 5% per annum. And in 30 years' time, those 3 properties would be worth $7.2 million, which would completely transform the choices that you'd have in that time in your life and create a retirement or later phase of life where you can do what you want to do with the people that you care about when you want to do it. I think investing in property is one of the simplest things that we can do as Australians to completely change our stars and our financial position in the future. I believe that simple bread and butter strategies like this can be used by people like you and I to completely set up our lives and our families longer term. Now, for those of you looking to set up a strategy like this or one of the other ideas that we talk about on our podcast and YouTube channel, then please jump over to www.pumpedonproperty.com, click that free strategy session button, and we can talk about where you are right now, where you'd like to be longer term. We can share a bunch of different ideas to help you get there in a safe way and faster than the average investor. And then you can take that with a grain of salt and go and implement it yourself, smash it on your own, or potentially become one of the extremely small number of clients that we work with each month. But investing in property doesn't have to be difficult, and strategies like this have literally been used by tens of thousands of Australians over the last 50 years to completely change their lives for the better. I know it sounds simple and basic, and there are obviously intricacies within this strategy to help you do it faster and safer, but this is a great way to go from where you are today to where you want to be in the future.
Whew, that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Getting cool,
bro.
Yeah. Oh, sweaty. So sweaty. Oh, that's good. Look at that.
So nice, eh?
Oh.